cute. Um, there was another video where I said that the only reason that you're seeing these on Facebook is because Restream.io is sending these to Facebook. If you want to look at it from a purely structural and mathematical level, it is purely just playing the game of this digital SEO. That's purely all it is. That's the same reason why why I would put Instagram back on my phone when I start doing the TikToks tomorrow, because it's easy for me to just hit this on the Instagram story and then it automatically repeats to 700 plus people on Facebook. It's purely numbers. Why do I make these videos? It's purely numbers. Do I care about it? No. I mean, the fact of the matter is that these videos are being repeated on other channels where other people do watch them. And at some point in time, your opinion is fantastic, but I honestly just don't care. Like, that's the thing. Like, all this stuff, you're advertising this, that, or the other. I am playing with toys. That's it. And I'm able to. Were you pissed about that? I don't really care. Nobody watches them. I don't care. At some point in time, this is me just playing with technology. That's all that this is, and this is half broken technology. It's shitty quality. I don't really give a fuck. Like, that's really not my concern. There is information that is getting out there. There are people that are being inspired to do other things. I'm not going to act like I don't see that because I see it every day. I don't know. Like, it's just funny. I'm taking up space because I can. Because I can. Because what? Because you're not used to seeing somebody who looks like me speak with this level of confidence. And so I'm going to keep on doing that. Pure principle. I mean, honestly, like I was considering maybe using my other account for what it is that I'm going to be doing next with Facebook, but maybe forget about it. I mean, if I'm getting people like this Kim person to be commenting nearly every single video, then but I don't care. I mean, that's the thing about it. Why do you do this? Playing with the tools that I have. I was put on stage when I was a kid. I've always been. People have always watched me. Why would I care if nobody watches me? Like, why would I care? Nothing that I do is for other people because everything that I did as a kid was for other people. None of it was for me. I don't know. Like I said, like I I think that a lot of times you people are intentionally stupid. And yeah, I mean, especially for people in Minnesota, like, yeah, these are things that you need to hear. I know you don't want to hear them, but at least at some point in time, I'm not going to act like you're not going to be able to act like somebody didn't try. See, and that is the thing. Like I said, this is getting repeated on other channels. I'm not really concerned about who is or is not watching this. On the other hand, all of this is also, that's the other thing, like the way that all this stuff works. It's just, there is a strategy to it. And I think that's what was really cool about last week, being able to meet with some people that are starting to understand that no, see you're looking at this little box and you're saying that this box is all there is, and I'm saying no, this box is actually next to this box, which is next to this box and next to this box and this box and this box, and then see, then there's this big box too. So if you're not able to look from the micro to the macro, you're not going to be able to understand you're not going to be able to understand your own behavior, much less the collective's behavior, much less a collective next to another collective's behavior. And these are the levels that we need to start operating and understanding organization on. You think all I do with, I mean, again, it's just these arguments that people have are just they're just the replication of other foolish arguments that other people have had. You think that all I do every day is make these stupid videos? No, this is just me getting crap out because it's healthy. My ex used to have, and I really wish that they would have developed it into something healthy because it had the opportunity. They had something called bitch night, you know, where you just go out with your friends and you just have free space to just get out whatever negativity you got to get out. But that needs to be a cleansing, that needs to be a healing process. And in that case, it simply wasn't. But moving on, c'est la vie. You know, it's healthy. It's really healthy. And the amount of energy that I was forced to suppress. I mean, that's the thing. Again, these people are yelling at me, or this person's out. I find it hilarious. I really just don't care. Um, because we have all this stuff around abortion, and so closely tied to that is adoption. And eventually, for me, this is, I mean, in a lot of respects, I mean, when we're being honest, um, that's hilarious. I don't know. It's just fascinating to me how people will act if you try to do good, but when you're trying to do good, they can't find anything to grab onto to take control. And it's also really scary because that's what people are looking for is they're looking for control. And and it's one of those things where it's like I was thinking about this earlier, control is not safety, and safety is not having control. Safety is feeling comfortable enough to react to the changes that will inevitably come. And systemically, some of us are much more materially prepared for that. Um, Very few of us are emotionally and mentally prepared for such calamitous changes. Um, and again, I mean, that's the thing, why this, why we are advertising for this, that, or the other, blah, 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 blah. I am really excited. Because basically, let me see, let's wait for it to get on up here. 1,000, 1,000, there it is. Yeah, yeah. Idioki. I'm really excited with what we're about to be able to do with that. I mean, again, these are all game pieces. It's all this is. Every single one of these things is just a little game piece. Yeah, so what? Like there's only like a couple people on Patreon or whatever, but I mean, that money has actually really helped me at times because I haven't focused my life on gaining material wealth. That is something that I explicitly wasn't trying to do because I saw so many people around me having excessive material wealth, but not having any capacity for vision or not having any compassion. Excessive amounts of wealth. So obviously, wealth does not correlate to quality of being. So that's, you know, and And this canon.soul, canon.eth, that's because my target market is not Facebook. Has never been. I've been blatant about that. Facebook is a trash can. We got dreamfreely.xyz and cultureclap.com. One leads to a blog and the other one leads to a website that maybe is half up. But maybe if you don't understand it, consider you're not the demographic. When have I ever spoken direct? Well, constantly. But y'all want to act as though I'm speaking sideways, zigzag this way or the other. So you can act as though it's difficult to understand when I'm not talking to you, or maybe I'm talking to the parts of you you aren't ready to acknowledge. Oh, what's good? See, because with idioki.com, see, that ain't for you. Maybe it might be if you want to learn Spanish in a little while. See, because that's the thing, these are all tools. I had some, trying to survive. I had some time. I had some time. I bought some time. I stole some time a couple of years ago, and I made a little contraption to do a thing. So that's why I learned how to code, because that was the most resourceful skill that I could have. So when I found time, I could do something, and I knew in the future it's like throwing a stone in the future and catch it in the future, and say, okay, cool, I did this, and now I got some more time, so I got something to add to it. And so that's what I did there. Why do I make these stupid videos? Why does Minnesota exist? Stupid colonizers to hate on Minnesota. That's the thing. When you look at it from my perspective, the role that Minnesota could have played but refuses to play because you gotta continue to be a bunch of white supremacists the whole way up and down is monumental. And that's what I'm looking at. So you want to act as though my anger is disproportionate to what was actually experienced or what was going on? Y'all don't have you don't have the six senses to understand what's going on around you because you don't have a sense of self. That's why I am such an unwanted voice, and that's why I'm also such a necessary voice. That's the thing. You want to say this, that, or the other? I really don't care. Because I've already talked to people that are all different levels of your stupid little community. And they know that my voice is a necessary voice. They've said it. Is the thing. So was you mad because I'm actually. Exactly. It's ridiculous. We're gonna do some stuff in the future. It's gonna be fun. We came up with some ideas today. It's just video diary. That's all that it is. Why not? Because I can. Uh, Later somebody else can cut it on up and do whatever. I'm not. That's the thing. You're advertising all this kind of stuff. When has a person who looked like me been able to unconditionally determine exactly how they're presented and how they're represented? Sometimes you're right, it may not be in the best of light, but I'm going to be completely honest. I am me. And I don't have to present myself as anything but. And that was my problem with Minnesota. Everybody's trying to present themselves as somebody that they'll never be because it's not somebody that exists for real, and it's sad and it's pathetic. And I don't say that to be like, it's sad and pathetic. It's like it's a spiral downward, and it's not healthy. And you need to reverse the trend. And I'm looking at things, and I am a little scared. And that may be the other reason why I do these video diaries, because that's also a good thing. This is what fear looks like in me. I'm starting to actually assert my voice and play the cards that I have been given instead of just holding on to them. Nobody ever said that's going to be safe. It's so funny. It's so funny. And so it's nice to be able to find people that can actually comprehend, because, yeah, I guess. And I'm really thankful that I am in a safe place where I can continue to do the work that I love and that I care about. Again, why do you make these stupid videos? Because I can. Because I'm taking up space, explicitly taking up space. It's just. Because again, yeah, I do have such a unique porthole. Was such a unique opportunity to speak to, to you. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, it's Mother's Day. Days ago, 30 years ago to these days, I was I was born and put into an orphanage. You're just angry. You're just mad at your mother. I've heard that narrative my entire life, and it's not true, and it's never been true. There's never been a day that it's been true. But I was supposed to be an orphan. And as somebody who was adopted, and as somebody who was an orphan who was adopted, everybody, I mean, that's the thing. The society has this notion of you're disposable, you're dismissible, your voice doesn't matter. And I'm saying my voice it doesn't matter whether my voice matters or not. You're going to hear it. And again, like, it's just so funny to watch the way that these people are, like, you know, so many of you, all these evangelicals, god darn them, they're not living their values. We have better values. What? Look at how you live. I mean, you don't even know the values of the religions that you demonize, and yet you put yourself on a pedestal as though you have better values, but your own values are crap. Or at least the way that you live your own supposed values. I mean, that's really, and yeah, and I'm just so thankful that I've been able to really live this amazing experiment of really, really trying to live my values, and really not wanting to. And yes, have I made mistakes? Of course. But I mean, also really, really trying to live my values. And I've really found so much. I've found a lot of fulfillment in it. And I felt as though I've been able to maintain this level of excitement. That that's just been such a blessing. I mean, just I'm an orphan, and today I got to laugh with my mother. Or yesterday I did. Today I just sent her a message. And again, I mean, why do you make these videos? Because there is something that is able to counteract the narratives that have been that have been filtered about me. You know, it's just, hmm, why not? Because I have the time. I don't know. It's not that, excuse me. And when I say I don't know, it's just there are so many reasons. There are so many reasons. And and again, that's there's multiple things, and I think if we really want, I mean, like I said, like I've really tried to process this. And I guess that's also what these videos are me just really kind of getting these things on out there. I mean, yes, it's going to the YouTube AI machine, so little magic there and shit. Um, So, if we want to get down to the science of it, when somebody is taken from their mother, all of a sudden, what can happen is just a possibility is that their senses go into overdrive, and it's like, oh my God, where's what's happening? Where's my mother? You know, that smell is gone, that sound is gone, that feeling is gone, that sight is what the fuck? You know, like I literally, okay, and so the fight or flight mechanism is instantly practically kicked into overdrive and it is literally never turned off. Okay, so this is where we open the door to be able to say, oh my god, chemical imbalance, he's crazy. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. We can totally run with that. But at some point in time, some type of an equilibrium had to be found or had to be adjusted because I'm still here theoretically breathing and speaking, and making people like this Kim individual mad or frustrated or whatever. So let me see here. Where was I going with this? Not where was I going with this, but what part of this are we at? Okay. Somewhere around the age of 5, I'm put on stage performing in front of people. Yay. Piano and concerts and plays and stuff. I spent a lot of time at church. Didn't have a lot of external stimuli, didn't have a lot of social activity outside of family, church, and school. And so, because of that, at an early age, started reading the Bible. It, it was something to do, and it was the closest book that I could reach. So what I did is I actually found the Old Testament. It's not for the importance of the stories, it's not for the values, it's merely for the fact that the Old Testament has a bunch of really weird words. That's it. That's it. There's just a bunch of really weird words. Just like I don't know, I don't remember half of them. Okay, and maybe some crazy stories that were instead of telling you what to do, it was some story about something that happened. And I got really into reading. And concurrent to this, I went to an academically good school where as early as what were we? I mean, geez, like fifth, sixth, seventh grade, we were being introduced to ideas of cellular biology. And, I mean, early in high school, it was psychology, sociology. I think what I did we have an anthropology class? We did physics and I did the whole calculus thing too. Eventually, I was able to understand that there were very key components that I was missing in my social evolutionary, mental evolutionary experience. And so that is where, in ways, I was able to say, okay, this is a systemic consequence. And because this is a systemic consequence, there can be a structured response can be attempted at least, and then the process was really trial and error. To be able to say, okay, how does this work? Does this piece fit? Does this piece fit? How about these pieces? So on and so forth, and trying that through a series of shall we say permutations of possible solutions, still being unsuccessful, and and really not thankful for the experience. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you but make allowances for their doubting too, if you can wait and not be tired by waiting, be lied about, don't give way to lies, if you can but not look too good or talk too wise. If you can bear to hear the truths you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to broke and stoop and build them up with worn out tools. If you can make one heap of all your winnings to risk them on one turn of lose, on one turn of pitch and toss, lose and start again at your beginnings, but never breathe a word about your loss. If you can force your heart and nerve and if you can force your heart and nerve and sinner to serve your turn long after they are gone, and so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on. If you can walk with crowds and keep your virtue, nor walk with kings who lose the common touch, if neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all others count with you, but none too much, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything in it, my child. And you'll have made the definition of human into something beautiful again. I, uh, puta, quizás, tal vez, tal vez. I'm really excited and I'm sharing the journey. I had somebody else who said that I should document this. And so that's what I'm doing. And again, I don't know what I am anymore. Moving forward. Wow, I just don't care. Like I said, it was funny. Somebody else had used the word harbinger. It's because I care that I'm trying to say some of this stuff, hoping that somebody will listen and do something positive. I'm not inaccurate.